Nance and Matt Miller, thank you both. Democratic Congressman Mike Quigley serves on the House Intelligence Committee, and you now have power. You are in the majority. You control that committee's agenda, though you're not the chair. What are you going to do about the revelations that we've heard?
Look, I think there's a lot of questions that have been raised recently, but none of them are a great big surprise to us. I'll say this, after watching it for over 2 years, I would tell the American public there are no coincidences. The fact that Deutsche Bank was the only bank that would do business with the president before he was elected was also the bank that laundered money for the Russians. The fact that the president slow-rolled out sanctions against the Russians. The fact that he would rather trust a foreign adversary, President Putin, over his entire intelligence community. He fired Sessions and Comey. There are no coincidences. I believe the President of the United States has been compromised. Whether he made all these extraordinary policy decisions based on bad policy choices or he was compromised must be the subject of the investigation.
What do you mean?
We must be able to get those records.
I want to ask about that, but I want to follow up. What does it mean to you? Explain in sort of plain terms. What does compromise mean to you?
I believe that the Russians were the sole source of funds through the Deutsche Bank. I can't believe that there's that coincidence. I believe they were able to use that so that he relied upon them. And the evidence around the corners bothers me a great deal. The fact that the Trump Tower in Moscow was something that the president lied about through the campaign, and that they were offering President Putin the penthouse suite. These are extraordinary revelations. The only way we're going to find out is we have all the information, all the communications, the actual documents. You know, I read the other day it's something like 101 contacts. It's hard to believe that there aren't a lot more. Until we get those financial documents, until we get all those sources of information, we won't know for sure. But it is certain that the president has acted like he's compromised from the beginning of his campaign. He attacked those multinational agencies that fight back against Russian aggression. The UN, the EU, NATO. I mean, putting this all together, it's just, to me, too much of a coincidence.
There's been discussion today about the possibility of subpoenaing the translator or translators who have been in the room for these meetings. Is that something you would favor?
Absolutely. I favor subpoenaing those transcripts. I favor subpoenaing all his financial documents.
No, but the translators, I just want to be clear, the actual, the linguists at the State Department, it would be fairly unprecedented, I think unprecedented.
Oh, absolutely.
You want to see them before your committee?
It is totally unprecedented. It is an extraordinary act to do that. But understand, the story coming out about the FBI suspecting the President of the United States having been compromised, I think it's important for the American public to recognize that and reflect for a moment just the state of where our democracy is, if that is indeed true. The mere fact that people at this high level of the FBI would question the loyalty of the President of the United States, that's unprecedented. We have to act the same.
All right, Congressman.